Hey everyone, today we're going to take a look at four of my favorite stock screening tools. These are platforms that do a really great job for day traders, swing traders, and active investors to help you find actionable trading ideas and opportunities. I use these platforms a lot at the beginning of the day to set myself up for success, throughout the day to find new opportunities intraday, as well as after hours to prepare for the next trading day. One thing I really like about these platforms is that in addition to being extremely well designed, a lot of them offer a lot of features or even all of their features for free. So you don't have to break the bank to get a great stock screener. And then before I dive in, I just want to make one note. I'm going to be focusing on stock screeners, which offer data based on historical data. So even if that's just a minute ago, or just showing you stocks that met your criteria when you hit run on the screener, as opposed to scanners like Trade Ideas that offer a real-time updated list as price action is changing. Those are actively updating their list of stocks that meet your criteria. So we're going to focus specifically on screeners and not on scanners. So Trade Ideas and similar platforms won't be on this list. So I want to kick things off with my favorite stock screener overall. This is TradingView. TradingView has recently overhauled their screener, and I just absolutely love the new interface. So this is the interface here, creating a new screen. You can see that it gives you a bunch of popular filters by default. So you can sort by market as well as by primary listing for various stocks. You can search through your own watch list or by index. One thing I like here is that in all of these popular filters like price, percent change, market cap, it kind of gives you sometimes a sassy explanation of what the various default filter bands mean. So here you can see for price, stocks 100 and above, it says fractional shares time. Percent change, if it's 30% above, it gives a reference to GameStop. Where this is really nice is looking at things like return on equity, especially for newer swing traders and active investors. This is really nice because it gives you an idea of, what you're looking for in these bands. So, 0% and above return on equity is profitable, whereas below is unprofitable. 30% and above, you can see it's sort of indicating that, these are rare stocks. So you're not going to find a lot if you're looking for this 30% and above filter. Another thing I like about this is that for a lot of these metrics, you can look at multiple time frames. So performance, for example, you can look at everything from 1 week to all time. If you're looking at percent change, you can go as short as 1 minute. The other thing here is that you can actually manually change any of these filters. So you can look at, for again, return on equity, annual or trailing 12-month fiscal periods. You can set different logical conditions, as well as enter your own values or even percentages. So the most popular filters here are shown by default, but of course TradingView has a lot more. So you can dive into any of these and see there are just hundreds of filters here available. TradingView, since it's mainly a charting platform, has a ton of technical indicators that you can use. I really like these because they do a great job of giving you kind of many ways to filter. So here I've added Bollinger Bands. You can see I'm looking at the upper band, and you can change the time frame. You can change the average that's used to calculate it. You can look at how the price is situated relative to those upper and lower bands. And you can even dive into manual setup and go a little bit crazy in terms of your logicals and how you're calculating Bollinger Bands relative to even another indicator. So you can get really complicated if you want with these filters. Just diving in a little bit more, I'll show you there's quite a wide range of financial indicators here, as well as valuation metrics and ratios and margin metrics to use in your screen. So this is a pretty powerful screener for both technical and fundamental analysis. And of course, it's integrated into the wider TradingView platform, so you can really easily dive straight into charts for any of the stocks. The other thing is, of course, this results table is totally customizable. You can look at all sorts of different filters in this table and then sort by any of them. It's a really nice way to find any stocks that, kind of meet the criteria of your filter the most. The other thing is that TradingView does allow you to auto refresh, so as fast as every 10 seconds or every 1 minute. For that, you do need a paid TradingView plan. That's one of the only features of this screener that requires a paid plan, which is really cool. This is such a powerful screener, and it's available for free. If you do want to sign up for a TradingView plan, get access to that auto refresh. Plans start at $13.99 per month, billed annually. So the next screener I want to take a look at is Seeking Alpha. I love Seeking Alpha as a fundamental research platform. It's great for swing traders, active investors, and long-term investors, and the screener reflects that. So right away, we can see that Seeking Alpha comes with a number of built-in screens. This is one thing that's lacking in TradingView. These screens are mainly looking at things like growth and valuation, as well as dividends. Obviously, one of my favorite screens here is just the top-rated stocks. This is Seeking Alpha's basically top stocks list. So these are stocks that are rating highly based on a quantitative algorithm that Seeking Alpha has developed, Seeking Alpha analysts that contribute to the platform, as well as Wall Street analysts. And so you can see diving into this top stocks screen, there's about 44 stocks here that are a really great place to start your research and dive in. Going back to the screener, if we want to create our own screen, there's a ton of different options here. You can see that Seeking Alpha starts you out with some popular filters like market cap, quant rating, Seeking Alpha analyst rating, and Wall Street analyst rating. These are, again, all the same filters that go into this top stocks list. And one of the features that makes Seeking Alpha really stand out as a great and easy to use platform. There's also dividend grades, but then you can dive into more advanced filters, and there's a lot of them. You can dive into hot themes, which is kind of a neat filter for AI stocks or crypto-related companies or whatever investing theme is hot at this particular moment. Seeking Alpha is really great for valuation analysis, so there's a lot of price to earnings and price to book ratios here that you can use. You can look at stock momentum, so comparing current price to moving averages. You can look at performance over various time periods. You can look at institutional ownership or insider ownership, debt, risk, profitability metrics, and more. There's just a lot here, and you can search all of this by name as well. One way that I like to take advantage of Seeking Alpha is that it gives ratings on an A to F scale for various valuation, growth, profitability, momentum. So we can add those in to our filter. So this is a really great way to look, for example, for undervalued stocks with relatively strong growth potential and, any amount of profitability. But all of a sudden you can get all of these kind of pretty quick screens for stocks that meet a general strategy. For example, I'm looking for high growth, high value stocks. Really easy to dig into those here. One thing I don't love about Seeking Alpha is that this table here is not fully customizable. I don't think this is a huge issue since, again, you're getting a lot of the information you need, including metrics for all of the factors that go into your screen. But I would like to see this be a little bit more customizable so you can look at data that's not included as a screening parameter in this table. Seeking Alpha is a really great stock research platform, as I said, just to give you an idea of this. I'll dive into a stocks overview page here. You can see there's an overview, tons of analysis from Seeking Alpha contributors, more detail on valuation, growth, profitability, and momentum. So a lot of data you can dive in here. Seeking Alpha doesn't offer access to its screener for free, but the platform is relatively affordable. It's currently priced at $299 per year, and I'll include a discount code with this video. You can also try out your first month for just $4.95 for that first month. It's a great way to try out Seeking Alpha, get yourself familiar with the screener. The next screener I want to talk about, and one of my favorites for day trading, is FinViz. This is a great free screener with a relatively affordable paid plan, and it's really nice for intraday looks at the market because it's just a simple, easy-to-use screener with some really key parameters. So you can see here there's descriptive, fundamental, technical, and news filters here. These are pretty simple. All of them use kind of pre-made categories, so you're not going to enter your own values here. I think this actually saves a lot of time, even though it's a bit less customizable. We're diving into fundamentals here. This is just a nice way, especially for day trading, to kind of set bounds around what kind of stocks I'm interested in trading. Looking at technical factors, there's not a ton here, but one thing I really like is that FinViz can automatically detect candlestick patterns. So this is a really great way to look for specific patterns that you're interested in trading. You can also look at intraday performance, performance over the last couple of days, weeks, or months, as well as kind of very popular technical indicators like RSI and average true range. Some other things that I really like about FinViz's screener, again, for kind of fast-paced intraday trading, is that you can refresh this data up to every 3 minutes. It also offers, instead of customizable tables, it offers a few different table views that you can look at. So, for example, we can look at the same screener result is a valuation table. So this is showing key valuation metrics like price to earnings and price to sales. You can also look at performance data. So how a stock has performed in the past week, month, its volatility, its average volume, and its relative volume. And then there's technical data. So this is giving you information about stock's beta, its moving averages, its RSI, and more. So this is just a really nice way to kind of quickly get different views of a stock depending on what's important to your strategy. The other thing I really like is you can pull up your results from your screen as mini charts. This is super useful for intraday trading because you can quickly spot different candlestick patterns and different setups. It's automatically annotated with moving averages and trend lines, and you can change this in FinViz's setting depending on what you want to see on your charts. I just absolutely love this, especially if you've got kind of a basic strategy and you just want to scan through charts quickly to see, where the best opportunities are right now. And of course, you can click on any of these charts and it'll pull up more information about the stock so you can dive in and make decisions about when to trade. So you can use FinViz completely free. The only catch is that all of the data is delayed by 15 minutes. If you're a swing trader or active investor considering using this screener, and it works really well for that as well, I think that free plan and the 15-minute delayed data is no problem at all. If you are using it for day trading, which is what I would recommend it for the most out of the screeners I'm showing you, FinViz Elite costs $24.96 per month. Elite also comes with more advanced charting capabilities, back testing, and a few extra screener filters. So Elite's worth considering, again, if you need that real-time data, as well as if you want more advanced charting capabilities within FinViz if you're not using an alternative charting platform like TradingView or something else. And so the final screener I want to talk about today is DeepView. This is a really powerful and flexible screener that works for a variety of different strategies. I'd recommend it for everything from day trading to swing trading to active investing. And I really like DeepView the most of all for Ken Slim active investing strategy. This is William O'Neill's strategy that you'll find in platforms like Investor's Business Daily Market Surge. It's based on a combination of technical and fundamental analysis, looking for stocks that are leading their industry, as well as seeing earnings growth, as well as technical opportunities to enter. There's a lot that I like about DeepView, but what really sets it apart for me is that it comes with more than 150 built-in screens, and they're really good screens. You can see here just a few of them. I'm looking at DeepView Leaders, which is similar to that Ken Slim strategy. There's also a Ken Slim strategy for tech and discretionary stocks, as well as another Ken Slim focused strategy in the fundamental screeners here. These screens are really powerful and really flexible. And what I like is that DeepView does a nice job actually explaining what they are so you can dive in and start using them. If you want to see more about what DeepView is doing with each of these screeners, you can click the button up here and it'll bring up all of the filters that are applied in this current screen. And this is where you can also see all of the filters that are available if you want to create your own screen within DeepView, which is really easy to do. You can duplicate any of the existing preset screens and customize them to your needs. One thing I want to point out here is that DeepView is one of the only screeners that lets you use OR logicals as well as group filters like this. This is really nice when you're building complex screens because it helps you stay organized, and then the ability to add OR logicals lets you kind of bring in a much wider range of stocks in a single screen and make your screens much more flexible for different market conditions. So really good if you want to put a bunch of effort into building a screen that kind of does it all for your strategy. You can fully customize this screen results table here with any of the parameters that DeepView offers. And it's also really easy to change the layout of this screen. So you can, change the size of the TradingView window here. You can also build your own dashboards in DeepView. Really great way to kind of put your screens in one part of the window and have, in-depth analysis of a single stock or even market sectors in other parts of your window. I also really like that you can view your screen results as mini charts, just like in FinViz. So just the same there. This is where I really like DeepView as a day trading screener as well. It's a really nice way to kind of quickly look at setups and identify opportunities to jump in and onto specific technical patterns. However, it is worth noting that I still prefer FinViz for this because these charts are not as customizable. You can see here that there's no annotated lines and trend lines or moving averages, so a bit less information than what you get with FinViz's mini charts. So DeepView unfortunately doesn't offer a free plan or even a free trial. If you want to try it out, you'll need to sign up for a month for $49 per month. If you like it, an annual plan costs $490 per year. So it's a little bit more expensive than the other screeners I showed you, but I think it's really flexible and really powerful. And those pre-made screens that are built in are just super great for getting started quickly. So definitely worth considering if you're looking for a screening platform to help you kind of define your strategy or build on your existing strategy. So those are my 4 favorite stock screening platforms: TradingView, Seeking Alpha, FinViz, and DeepView. All of them are really great. I definitely encourage you to look into each of these platforms in more detail if you're interested in getting a great screener. And I've got video reviews on each of them that you can check out, and I'll link with this video.